keeping wild animals alive and maintaining their well-beings is such a difficult work, and that's why oftentimes people failed. If this continue on, it would damage the biodiversity of the world and also do animal abuse to the animals. That's why our side are proud to propose to ban the zoo. But before we going on for the reason further, I would like to redefine and clarify some things. First, by banning here, we don't mean to immediately close down all the zoos that already existed and roam all their animals free, but rather we would take all the animals and the zoo under inspection, and if some zoos are failed to be in some category, we would close them. In our concern, there would be some criteria that a zoo would need to fit in. The main criteria is for them to not take specific animals that do not belong in their habitat. For example, a polar bear or penguins or cheetahs that require a specific habitat. And then we want that zoo, where a place where animals live, shouldn't just merely a sophisticated lodge cage for people entertainment. And then we're going for the reason. There are three main reasons why we shouldn't let zoo exist. The first one is because zoo can't exactly provide the same exact environment as the animals live in. There are many cases where an animal suffered stress from not having fun or doing what they want in the cage. Take cheetah for example, that they need a large, spacious savanna that they can run on or hunt, but in zoo, all they have is a large cage that doesn't really have the exact same look as the savanna. As a result, they might suffer a great stress from this. Another reason would be penguins and polar bears. They both need a specific environment, like the South Pole for an example, but zoos that are in the tropical environment can't really provide that, no matter how much AZ or freezer that they have. They can't really recreate a cold temperature that's suitable for penguins and polar bears. Another reason why we shouldn't let zoo be existing is because oftentimes the zoo management is really bad. In times where we suffer from COVID-19, there are many zoos that is going bankrupt, and their management do not go very well because they don't earn enough money. They can't have money to maintain the animals and their well-beings as well as their food and etc. Take the recent Medan Zoo case for example, where several tigers are found dead mysteriously because of the animals suffer of food and then playground, and it's because the zoo management itself does not feed them properly. The mismanagement the Medan Zoo has is because their zoo doesn't really profit every day due to the suffer of COVID-19. Now, imagine if the same fate happened to rare animals such as badak bercula satu for example, and then jalak Bali. Not only it would cause an animal abuse, it would also damage the biodiversity because jalak Bali and then badak bercula satu is one of the most important treasure in Indonesia. We propose a better option, that is, would be developing an animal wildlife sanctuary instead, such as Wakamarga Satwa or Cagar Alam, where animals live in a habitat similar to their original ones. Another better option would be visiting a national park that is specified for doing researches and conservation. In national park, their habitat is exactly like their original habitat. Like, for example, in national park you could find a savanna and their cheetahs going around and then hunt their prey. And I believe that it would also be more beneficial for the economics and tourism, because you can open those national parks for the public to see and having them pay a certain fees, where in this zoo you need to maintain the cage and then the people that work there, and then you also need to make lots of visitors. But in national park you don't really need to maintain the habitat aside from basic hygiene. That is why our team believes that it is good to ban zoos instead, to propose. Thank you.